The Indian bowling will make some of you worry in the absence of Bumrah. There was no Arshdeep either today. This is what happened. Except Washington Sundar, who surprisingly bowled only 3. Everybody else went for runs and big runs. Take a look at that. Avesh Khan, 55. There were a lot of dot balls as well. Now, perhaps what this tells us is that there were a lot of boundary balls too.
Absolutely. Look, this is a problem with, not a problem, this is the characteristic of this ground as well. This is the kind of ground where if you turn around and you stay in the innings, you stay in there, you start seeing the ball, you can hit sixes at will. This is how Chinnaswamy has always played. Therefore, you're always... Secondly, Chinnaswamy favors chasing teams. Simply because, you know, a little bit dew comes in, even if it doesn't come in, the ball's not going to do very much in the end. You can just whack it, you can just line it up and whack it. Once you've set, you can really hit it hard. So that's the big problem. Or, not problem, that's the way the ground plays. So he's absolutely right. 212 was par. It's just that we benchmarked against two things. The previous two matches, okay, which were played in very different conditions. The first was played in freezing conditions up north, okay. So very different conditions those two matches were played. And the second were, everyone was thought that 212 was fantastic after 22 for 4.
Yeah.
But the point of it was 212 for this ground is, okay, 50% pass mark. It's not a winning total, it's a total that keeps you in the game.
No, because also just, if I may, when we went back to the start of the show, you said 222, Joy said 210, I said 196. So we were all around that 200 mark. So that just tells you that that is what everyone thought we'd get to.
Well, 36 dot balls, and that means that these 212 runs were scored of 84 deliveries. One man, though, stood out, Washington Sundar. I mean, this is all he can do, right? Before that big World Cup announcement happens, he's still got an IPL to go, but he bowled really well. Best of the lot today.
Well, look, if you've picked up 3 wickets, taken 18 runs, at the economy of a runner ball, when 212 runs have been scored, I don't know who's player of the match, but for me, he'd be a really strong contender to be player of the match. I know most likely it's going to be Rohit Sharma for 120, but
I think it's also going to be Rohit for the other reason is
the way
nobody else scored in the Super Over. For India, none of the others got any runs in the Super Over, but Rohit scored for them.
But for me, Washington would be a very strong contender.
Surprised that he only bowled 3?
No, because I think it's the way the rotation is. And at the time that he finished his third over, I think it was the 14th or 15th. I mean, at that point in time, for him to bring him back would have been dangerous towards him because you can go for a lot. I think the worry for India would be that Shivam Dube, if he goes, he can really travel. He's had 2 really good matches comparatively.
I don't think Shivam would be interested with the 19th and 20th over.
No.
So I don't think, in a sense, I know what you're saying, but I don't think that would be really a problem because he got a bit of tap in the 19th. In a normal situation, that would be Arshdeep or someone bowling that, or Jasprit. So Shivam would probably bowl in the middle overs, and I don't think India would expect 4 overs from him.
No, I think he's a 2-over bowler. And I think if they think he's going to give you more than that, I think we are in trouble.
Once again, tricky question for you since you were so good at geography in school. Is Washington going to New York?
I think he should. I think. You had me stumped there.
But then there's Jadeja, there's Akshar, there's Kuldeep, and you're saying there'll be Washington Sundar. Or do we wait for the first 7 games of the IPL?
No, actually, when you now mention those other 3 names with Jadeja, Kuldeep, and Akshar.
Now there's Bishnoi as well after the Super Over. So I mean, there are so many options for India to choose from.
I think they'll wait to see, but it's going to be really. I mean, like we said, we've been saying from the start, it's the fight in any team, the selection, the fight is always for 2-3 players. 10, 11 pick themselves. You're always at 19, 20 is between 2 or 3 players. Do we pick him? Do we pick him? You know, and so for these players, those 19, 20, 2 or 3 players, it'll come down to form in the IPL.